Good morning, afternoon, or evening to all who have come to my channel, the official Sacred Sensuality, where I am the Mademoiselle Sugar. All right, wanted to do a reading for you guys because I felt a sense of urgency, and I'm glad I did because the sense of urgency is showing through the cards. Someone is getting ready to reach out to you. Who this person could be, I don't know, but I'm feeling that this person is tired of sitting on the sidelines. I pulled main male and message of concern. The main male is someone who wants to be in the position of being a main male or a main person in your life. Of course, take this how it resonates. But this is a person who wants to be what I am feeling, a very strong masculine presence in your life. This person is sick and tired of being single. They are tired of looking at you be single as well. Although they're available to date anyone that they please, anyone that they want, they're not really pleased with the dating pool. They're not. I'm feeling that these people that they come across are not offering the type of depth that you have provided this person, and this person they could have gotten used to that, and they're just like, wait a minute, you're not like him, you're not like her. So like you set the standard probably and didn't even realize it. The message of concern that I'm getting is going to probably be a message of them. It could be a plethora of many things. People like to test the waters. They like to test your temperature, right? To see if you're going to be receptive to them. So for most people, that's typically how it goes. But underneath that message of concern is them wanting another chance with you, them wanting a chance with you if they've never gotten one before. I don't know why I said another chance, but yeah, so this is a person that's ready to take that leap of faith, and they want to see how receptive you are to them. They see possibilities with you. They don't just see potential, they see the possibilities of how far you can go together. I do have the Three of Cups next to it. Now, the Three of Cups can indicate a third party, but that's not what I'm seeing here in this spread. I am seeing someone who they just really want to come back to you, or I don't know why I keep saying come back. They want to come to you. They want to come your way to see how far you two can go. They miss the. That's another thing. I don't know if I. Yeah, I guess this could be a person you guys are dealing with because this is coming out a little bit too natural. They miss the company that you provided. You know. Let's see here. They went out. Yeah, they went out at some point. I do feel like for many of you, this is a person from the past. They went out and they were not satisfied with the world. In oh so many words. They tried to rebound, tried to replace you, and found out that they couldn't. It's not that damn easy. They literally had temporary comfort from these people, these individuals. They wanted to do anything to fill the gap of you not being there. Didn't want to be lonely. They didn't want to. You could be a person who forced this person to face parts of themselves that no one has ever challenged them to do before. Or they simply just wanted to forget you and found out that it's much harder than they expected because they have been rebelling against what I consider a spiritual contract with you. They lowered their expectations of others. And it's funny because I literally just posted this on my ex account this morning. How some men, and this is women too, because women, they do this as well. Some men will sabotage a woman who has 80 to 90% of the things that they like in a person just to go with someone else who's easier, who doesn't require them to grow, step up. And I feel like this person, they rebelled, and because they rebelled, it backfired. And it backfired badly. So now they're nervous. They're nervous about how to approach you. They don't know, they're not going to know exactly what to say. They're not going to know exactly what to do. They're just a bunch of nerves from what I'm getting. And I felt that through the cards too, because, and this could also, this is another thing while I'm ahead. This is a person who could be very, very stubborn, probably used to getting their way or used to being very single. Sometimes, and I'm guilty of this myself. For instance, I've been single for 10 years, right? Sometimes when people are so single, they're used to having things their way, and um, it's hard to impress them. It's hard to move them, but somehow you got through to this person. Yeah, you could have been a person who brought expectation. Like I'm feeling, I don't know why I'm feeling this. For some of you, this is a person who let go of expectations of others a very long time ago. I'm getting upward of about 15, maybe 16, 17 years ago. They just stopped believing at some point, or their faith started waning over the years. Like they just, what's the point? What's the point of a relationship? What's the point of, loving someone or liking someone and feeling I don't get what I want. And that's because that right there, the person is not getting what they want. And they're not getting what they want because they're so focused on self. So here you are requiring them to step up and to fill the role that they act like they want to play. They're not used to that because they've gotten accustomed to being single or just living life their own way, which is fine. Of course, you can do that. But you're like, yes, you can live the life you want to live, but not over here with me. And ultimately, you brought this person happiness. When they think of you, they have very good memories of you. They think of you all the time. I'm getting like for many of you, this could be a person that thinks of you every single day, multiple, lots of times in a day. Like you, a song can play. I'm getting for some of you, I'm seeing someone at work, they have their headphones on and a song comes on and they just associate that song, the feeling of that song with you. And you give this person good vibes. And this is new to them in oh so many words. Even if, let's say this is a person you've been dealing with off and on for 2 years, 3 years is what I'm getting for some of you guys. You still give them that type of nervousness, the same type of nervousness that when they first met you. Mm. Until debt tear us apart. This is about contracts, career, commitments. Yeah. This is a person that is spiritually indebted to you. Now, I don't want you to take that the wrong way because spiritual debts can have so many heavy meanings. That's not what I'm feeling here. I'm feeling here that this was indeed a past life relationship of some sort. And this person, you guys made this contract to come back here and to be in a committed relationship. And I picked up on this in another reading. Can't remember when, maybe it was a personal, but they dishonored that commitment. This could have been a person that fought your connection for a long time. And you could have walked away like, I'm not doing this. I'm better than this now. I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot. I've healed. And now they're feeling the loss of you and they don't like this. So uncomfortable for them. It's very uncomfortable. They grieve you a lot. They could be going through bouts of depression. Clinically, I can't say that. Everyone deals with, sometimes there's people who are clinically depressed or chronically depressed. And then there's people who just, we have our moments. Everyone is entitled to a depressive moment sometime, right? So I can't say if this is a person who's clinically depressed but they're definitely feeling the sadness, the grief, the sorrow, the loss. They are feeling empty. And this could have been a person that has been silent for a while. So they're expecting to either call you. I do have the card of call, and it's funny that this came out along with message of concern. So they may pick up the phone and call you, FaceTime, or even text you. If you have this person unblocked and you are missing this person, and this resonates with you, and you want to give this another chance, I definitely advise you to unblock this person. You can even unblock them energetically if you feel that it is worth pursuing on some level, even if that's closure. But they could feel very blocked off from you. They want to have a conversation. They are now in the mode of strategizing how to come towards you, trying to figure out what to say. They don't know what to say. And it's so funny because I do have so many sword cards here, which tells me that this person is a person that's been in their head, but underneath it all, they have this love of you. Like, you could have provided even a friendship for them, and this is another thing I talk about on my X account, how friendship in a relationship is very important. People don't equate your significant other or the person that you are romantically linked or have interest in with being a friend. That's a different type of friendship. It's not just, some people don't have sex with their friends. I can speak for myself when I say that. I find it pretty disgusting, right? But you you could have bought them some of everything, the sex, the longing, the yearning. Like, for a long time this person hadn't felt that. And because they hadn't, and you bought this, it's like you rejuvenated them for what I'm getting with this Tower card. And I always talk about how the Tower card is about chaos and what it can be, all of that stuff, and sudden changes, things falling down, crumbling, destruction. I don't really get that. Now, I'm not excluding what's happening in their personal life or even possibly in your personal life. I'm taking this Tower card as something that's going to come across to you as something that is a surprise. So let's say you unblock this person today, you hear this reading, this morning, and later on in the evening, you totally forgot about this reading, and boom, you get a message, you get a call, you get a text from this person. And you're like, oh, I forgot I unblocked you. I forgot about that reading, or something like that. This is what I'm getting. But this person has had their own Tower moment. Like, Spirit is yanking that ass. I'm not going to lie. Spirit is yanking that ass and basically telling them, dude, girl, what are you doing here? You are sabotaging this contract. You have to honor this contract with this person. The spotlight is on you, babe, is what I'm feeling that Spirit has been telling them. The spotlight is on you. It's time for you to step into that role that you're supposed to play, because I do have the Emperor here. Get in your divine masculine energy is what I'm feeling that Spirit is telling them. Because that's what the Emperor, he's an embodiment of that. He's not just control and authority. He is control of self. He knows his own authority, even his own spiritual authority. The Emperor, when he is upright, in which he is a man who is balanced in every area of his life, right? He's like, yes, I can love this woman. I can love this divine feminine. And in fact, I do love her, but I'm also going to take care of her. She's not to be played with, and I have no problem with expressing to her how I feel. I know with her, I am safe. He has a trust in his feminine. I know with her that what I feel is real. She balances me with the temperance next to it. She balances me. but I don't balance me, which is what spirit is saying. Like, fool, here you are with this magnificent person, and you're overthinking, you're over strategizing, um, you sabotaged this, you went back to people or went to people who could not provide what this person provided you, and knocked yourself off balance, all because you thought that that was good, that was better, the grass is greener, or that he or she was going to still be sitting there. Have you lost your mind? You could also have bought this person peace, harmony, made them look at themselves like, and I'm getting for some of you, could have made them look at themselves and go, but am I at harmony with myself and the things in my life? Is there balance in my life in other areas, like, obligations, work, business, my money, my mental health? Am I balanced in those areas? And I'm feeling for some of you, this could have been a little bit intimidating to this person, because here you are with all of your magnificent awesomeness coming around, and no one has ever challenged them in that type of way. I know I'm that type of person. I like to challenge my person or someone that I'm interested in that way. And I want them to challenge me as well. It's not one-sided. Maybe there's some things about me that you can tell me that I should adjust as well. So this could be with the temperance, because it is a card of pouring into, and it's 2 cups. So this could have been, even indirectly, them pouring into you things that you maybe need to work on. You could have saw these things as flaws, or I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Um, for some of you, I'm getting boundaries. This person could have taught you boundaries, how to handle your boundaries a little bit better. Because this could have been, like I said, this could be a person who was so used to being single that they had their own boundaries up really, really strong. Now, okay, this goes here. I feel like if this was a separation, which is it, the cards are clearly showing a separation, a distance, even if it's just emotional, giving each other space, feeling like there's a blockage. I'm feeling on their end, they're feeling like there's a blockage to get to you, but that's a self-inflicted blockage from what I'm feeling. And I'm not even looking at the tarot just yet. I'll look at the tarot in a second. This could feel like a self-inflicted blockage because they're overthinking. They've been in denial for a long time when it came to your connection. They refuse to admit that I like him or her, I love him or her, I am in love. They refuse to admit that you're a person that challenged them. And because of that, spirit said, hell, the ancestors, I don't know why they're coming through. I'm hearing them loud and clearly. They came through and said, oh, okay, since you want to not honor your commitments, this contract that you made, how about we give you a little bit of suffering on some area of their life? They've been suffering. They can't stop thinking about the past, even their mistakes of the past. This is a person who was probably used to operating in lack, not being loved the way they wanted to be loved. And here you are, they feel like, they look at you and they're like, you're so strong. This is something they admire about you. Um, the fact that you give them different perspectives, you fill them up with happiness, your perfection. It says, your beauty amazes me. I'm not sure how I attracted in, hold on, let me see this. I'm not wearing my glasses. Your beauty amazes me. I'm not sure how I attracted someone like you, but I am forever grateful. Damn. Damn. Like, why you have to say all that? Because now, I'm feeling all mushy, right? And this is a person who views you with so much admiration, your beauty. And it's not just outer beauty I'm seeing. I'm seeing inner beauty as well. You are a vibe to them. You are a good vibe too. They they know that you're a person who likes to live life to the fullest. You like to be in the present. You could have taught them that, because I'm feeling for some of you, this is a person that was always in the future or in the past. This is a person who, especially with lack and the card that says past, this is a person, when it came to their past, all they thought about were the mistakes that they made. The, oh my goodness, I'm losing my words. The, losing my words. How things that just didn't go the way that they wanted, right? The disappointments, that's the word I'm looking for. The disappointments of the past. And so they groomed themselves to expect nothing but disappointments, and that's all that they're used to. And you rejuvenated them, exactly what I said with the Tower card. You rejuvenated them. You reminded them that, hey, you can have this too. You can have love too. Did you know that? Do you know you don't have to be stuck in the past? Do you, as a matter of fact, do you know you don't have to be so focused on the damn future? Because that's another thing that I'm getting with this person. This could have been a person who, I was about to say struggle, but they hustled so much, or they hustle so much simply because they don't want to struggle. They could be trying to leave a legacy of their own if they have children. Um, if you know, just for whatever reason, or even just to simply keep busy, you know, you reminded them that you don't have to work all the damn time. It's okay to rest. It's okay to live. It's okay to be present. You also made this person reflect on their inner child, the things that they have missed. I love it when the inner child comes out in a love reading, because it talks about healing childhood wounds. Sometimes people carry wounds, and this could be something that's with this person. They carry a wound that they didn't even know they were carrying, and you brought it to their attention. You know, you made them look at their inner child, and not just that, you made them remember, what is joy? What is joy? I'm an adult, and it's just so funny how this is coming out, because like I'm channeling the energy that I put on my ex timeline about your inner child, and how when we date each other, we absolutely do date the younger versions of ourselves as well. Not just this present version, not just the future version that we're building with. We're also dating their inner child and their past. And when you two think about it, a couple that pranks each other, right? This is a simple way to put it. A couple that pranks each other. Do you know what they're doing? They're literally bringing out their inner child. Their inner child in them has come out and said, let's go outside and play. Let's find some joy in this. All those things that we see what couples do with each other online, when they're pranking each other, when they're doing things together, riding their bikes together. Think about those things you did when you were a kid. You're reminding them that, wow, like I could still be a kid, and I could be a kid with you. Like, to me, that's so beautiful. That's so wonderful. That's so intimate. People don't look at it like that. You also told this person in so many words, like, innocence is still beautiful. And I am taking that as something you educated them on that they were not really aware of. And we can educate people on many different things in our lives, right? Bringing many different things to their attention. Um, and I feel that by you reminding them of their innocence, you know, or being innocent, or just you carrying that vibe with you of innocence, of sweetness. It's not necessarily like innocence in a creepy way, but like sweetness. They're reminded, like, it's really people out there, or even not just that, like, you're really about that life. You're really about that life. And that's not something that this person has been used to. Now let me look into the tarot. Okay. Yep. This person is walking away. They're letting go of things that were in the past. I got an 8 of Cups. They're walking away, and they plan to come your way quickly. I have the Knight of Swords, and yes, the Knight is one demoted down from the King. So they're going to come in with some curious mental energy, a little impatience, daring, motivated on the next step with you. The Knight of Swords is cerebral energy. I hope I said that word right. Cerebral. Yes, cerebral. Energy. He's mental. He likes to think before he makes a choice. But once he does it, he's like zoom. He's shooting right in there, right? So if you get messages, and because I have two knights here, but if you get messages that may seem a little bit immature, trust me, they are testing the waters to see if you are receptive to them. Number two, they're also curious to see if you're still available to them so that they can take this leap of faith with you. What you do with that information after that is totally up to you. But this is a person that is coming in with a goal in their mind. However, you're going to find them stuck in their head, feeling trapped and restricted. They could feel helpless, really with the not knowing what to do, and especially with the nervous card coming out. The Eight of Swords is also about nerves, your nerves, because it's self-inflicted bondage is what I'm getting here. So I'm not saying you have to coach this person out. Absolutely not. But sometimes we just have to be a soft place for them to land and remind them, dude, I'm still safe. Of course, if this is a person that you want to, build with or start over with or something like that, you could just remind them, I'm still safe. Why are you been a little hesitant? Do you want to explain something to me? Do you have something to say? I'm more than willing to listen, and allow them to express themselves without judgment. I'm really big on without judgment part. This is coming from a Virgo, mind you. Real big on the without judgment. Leave the judgment out, because some people just don't, they either don't know how, because they were either never taught or they forgotten. It's a skill that was forgotten on how to communicate needs, how to communicate, um, I'm sorry, you know? Now, with the I'm sorry part, they have to come out and do that them damn selves. But that's showing you that, hey, I felt the pain that I've given you, and I do want to say that I'm sorry about this. But once they release themselves from that bondage, especially if you remind them that, hey, dude, I'm safe. Why are you acting like this? Let them have that teenager energy, because the knights are teenagers. So let them have that teenager energy, that nervousness. They need to feel that. They need to feel that. But don't let them linger in that shit too long, because if they do, then that's when they go back to that eight of swords energy, that self-inflicted bondage, that holding back. And once again, think about it when you were a teenager, when you liked someone and you wanted to say what you wanted to say, you wanted to kiss them, and you couldn't, and you wouldn't, because you just didn't know how receptive they would be to you. This person is feeling the same way. But once they release that bondage, they're coming in with the Ace of Wands, this spark, this passion, um, this initiative, this inspiration. You're inspiring them all over again. The passion never left, you guys. If this is a person that you were dealing with in the past, and especially if it's a person that there was no closure, or from what I'm feeling with some of you, there was no closure, or it just kind of waned off. The passion never left. It was just smothered. It was smothered. It was still smoking underneath. I'm literally seeing smoke. It was still smoking underneath. It never stopped burning. It's been a little slow burn, but it never stopped burning. Because you've inspired them, and you've given them this newfound inspiration again, and even the inspiration that they've given in themselves, because the Ace of Wands is also about self-esteem. The Strength card is next to it, which is also about what? Self-esteem. You're giving them courage, the confidence, reminding them of their inner power, what I like to call your divinity, right? Showing them their divinity. And they may even remember the times where they thought, oh, God, this is so creepily crazy, because I'm talking about this stuff on my X timeline. This could be a person that is like, I remember the times where I thought that you were trying to control me. I thought that, you thought less of me. But really what you were doing was, like I like to call, redirecting me back to my divinity. It wasn't control. It was love. It was you feeling for me. It was you caring enough to show me, hey, this is where you're fucking up at. And I know you're better than this. You're better than this. Stop limiting yourself. And so this person has been reminded of that. And because they've been reminded of that, they're sick. They're tired of them damn selves. They're tired of self-sabotaging. The resilience has gotten them so far, but they're tired of being resilient. And there's nothing wrong with being tired of being resilient. I know for me, I am. I'm tired of being resilient. I'm tired of feeling like I'm this close and I'm not getting exactly where I want to be in certain areas of my life. So this is something that this person is feeling too. And it does make you tired, but you still persevere, right? You're still persistent. And because they have been through possibly resilient relationships that had to keep testing their strength over and over again, feeling very close to something or getting something. And I'm getting for some of them, they could have just pulled back out of fear. Out of fear. They could have pulled back out of fear for these other people. And sometimes their fear was legitimate. Sometimes it was just them just not being sure. And sometimes it really was just pure incompatibility, right? But they know they're so close to succeeding with you. And it's like they're tired of themselves self-sabotaging, in particular when it comes to you. Now this person wants to be back around you. They want to feel you again, right? And because they do, they're going to be coming in with this Nine of Wands energy, this energy of being impulsive. I'm going to pull a card for you to see how can you possibly be feeling during this time. Them feeling impulsive, coming in with some charm. Let them come in with a charm. Charm me off my feet. Let's see what you got, right? Flirtatious. Let it happen and let it happen naturally, because really deep down inside, this is who this person is. They're a passionate, cerebral, smart, intelligent person. And you reminded them that, and they like that feeling. Who doesn't? Spirit, show me what could be the potential, the potential response from the collective. One just fell out. Let me see what fell out in 1 second. One more card, Spirit. Okay, yeah, I got another one that fell out too. Okay. And one more, Spirit. Yeah, so let's look at these fallouts. Ooh, I love this, you guys. So for many of you, this is something that you actually do want. I have the 10 of Cups. This person made you happy on some level. Yeah. They give you that emotional familiarity. Someone you do also want to have an emotional stability with. However, you will be a little defensive, as you should, because there's nothing wrong with a little bit of self-protection. You got 2 sevens. Oh my God. That is divine intervention. You have the 7 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. Even though you're going to be a little bit defensive, still protecting yourself, because I didn't see exactly what this person did. We'd be here all day if we did that. Plus, everyone's personal business is different. But as you should be protecting yourself, you are going to be willing to work with them, pull in the work as well. And I feel that for many of you, you could be like me, just a person who wants to take it slow. And there's nothing wrong with that either. The 7 of Pentacles is about that seed that was planted with the Page of Pentacles, right? Pages are the babies, they're the children. So the seed was already planted. Now it's time to work on things. Work on repair. Work on repair. Work on growth. Work on progress. Work on being patient with each other. Work on planning things, focusing on each other emotionally. Coming back together in harmony so that you guys can reap the rewards ultimately of the Ten of Cups together cohesively, working together cohesively, you know. So I do see this being a strong bond between you and this person that has the potential, really good potential, to advance to happiness. So this is how they feel for you guys. They want you back, or they want to be in your energy. They miss what you brought to them. And that is the end of your reading, you guys. I do wish you all the best of luck. I hope to see you back here again soon. Please like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff that YouTubers say. And I will see you guys tomorrow.